apologize. I was wrong.
The thing about it is to touch on what you were about, you deciding, you present your options to the young lady, to your partner, and they're deciding, what they're about or what they're in about. I also want people to understand that your partner is well within their right. If you have not had that conversation with your partner, men or women, y'all have never really talked about, you've met this person. For me, if I meet a nice young lady and I'm saying, yo, she's piquing my interest, I on social media, I want to know your Instagram. I look you up on the database that's Facebook, because at the end of the day, I want to see what you're into. I don't want find out months down the line that you into some behavior that is not in keeping with me.
All
Yeah.
right, so hold tight with regard to that. Now, Dion is saying we in 2021, when you as a man meet this girl, you on her social media before you all get serious. So you know she was posting so from the start. So make that decision from the get go. Don't wait till she posting after you're all together to be vexed. And Dion, amen and amen. I was coming to that, but I kind of got derailed a little bit in what I was saying. You've already, if she's that kind of girl that posts that kind of stuff, as a man, if you're interested, more than likely you have already perused the entire IG. You know who posting, you know what look like what.
You're 200 somebody weeks. You're 200 somebody weeks deep.
Weeks back, right? You have been through this profile, right?
Right.
So if you see certain things that you know you are uncomfortable with, do not go and confuse the woman. Do not be an unfair man. If you see that and you know you cannot handle that, leave the woman where she is. You cannot be an unfair man. If you know the woman like to post pictures in just a party and cupping she breasts, and you ain't comfortable with that, leave the woman where she is. Do not come in and expect that the woman got left out what she was doing for you. Do not expect that. And it goes the other way too, ladies. So don't expect that you see a man posting certain things and doing certain things, because that's another spillover. We're talking social media, but there may be certain activities a man has going, and you may come in and decide, you know what, I don't think you're comfortable with this. You meet the man in a rum shop, but you don't want the man to go to the rum shop no more, because
oh my goodness gracious.
You know what I mean?
So
there's certain things, if you come along and if you've seen them and they're already established, don't try to change your body. I know they say women marry men expecting them to change, men marry women expecting them not to
change.
But we have to be really mindful of the fact that everybody comes to a relationship with their own bags. I like to think of it like this. A relationship is like a hotel room, right? You go to the hotel room, you walk in, you enjoy the hotel room for the time it's there. They tell you that you are there. When your stay at the hotel room is finished, don't take out the people drapes, don't take out the people linen. Leave with what you came with. Don't take out the people things that left out, drag around all that baggage with you. Go as you are. Keep your own baggage that you got going on from as a child or stuff like that. Walk about with that. But don't bring all the other stuff to the other people. Let me see what this Natalia is saying. Woman relationship. You get in the relationship further, all this other short skills apart. Exactly, Natalia. Don't do that.
Yeah, the same thing Dion here is saying. As much as men think women try to change men, in a lot of these situations, the men like these posts till the woman becomes their woman. Jackie Walters said, left it out. Yeah, I mean, I can't say any better than that. If you got kind of, you meet me as I am, right? And I'm not saying that I should not change bad habits. I am not saying that if I am a man that's get drunk every Friday night, come home stumbling and all sorts of things, people at the place, that I am saying if you met me like that and that's how he's getting out every Friday night, that's just par for the course. No. There are some behaviors that are destructive that you don't want your partner to bring. And even to that fact, if you see me every Friday again drunk, and you got to kind of make a decision, because there's a chance that I just will never change that. You know what I'm saying? I will never not get drunk on Fridays, right? But But the thing is, on social media, man, I think we place so much importance on social media and think that it's so frivolous and trivial, but it means so many things to so many people. I actually watched, I read some articles, and there was a documentary I meant to watch on Netflix where they talk about the psychology of social media and what it does for you. It releases dopamine. It's like
Yeah,
candy. It's like sugar. It's like
correct.
you get a like, you get a post. You know, like right now we're doing this live stream. We got people watching, people commenting, people liking, people sharing. It is very easy to get wrapped up in that and to be like, oh wow, I am feeling validated for what we are doing. Next week, or those numbers may not be sustainable. Everybody knows that when you start a new project, there are going to be highs and then there are going to be lows. At some point, we may only got 2 people watching the
Yeah,
show. But then I can't look and say, oh dear, I talking bare nonsense. I doubting myself and stuff like that in that regard. So I think with social media, we gotta be very careful to understand. And the person that you mentioned, you say you didn't want to say her name. I won't say her name as well. But she made mention that she feels sad that these women feel like they need to do these things for validation.
to
And I
get out
feel
of that hole.
and I actually feel sad too, because it shows that, one, you think that you're only good for one thing, right? And that is your body. You do not see any value, or sorry, not that you see it, but chances are you feel like that's the only way to get that quick like, that quick engagement. Yeah.
Yeah,
And for some people, the unfortunate thing is you you pick up those things, and you need to feel like, you look at yourself in the mirror and say, well, yeah, 1,000 people say that I look good, so you know what, I look good for true. It's like you need validation. And sometimes all the validation you need is like, look at me, I got a white button down for a podcast when I choose the night. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Why? I had a pretty emotionally roller coaster day with various things happening in my life. So I say, you know what? If I can go on social media and get flame, and people say, yo, see these 2 men here talking bad, Joe, at least I can get down looking swaggerific, right? So, yeah. So it saddens me that people have to do these things for likes and for attention. And as you mentioned, I actually found this out recently. People take down posts when they don't get the certain amount of likes or thing. You know what I see now recently too? I'm seeing women literally doing nothing, sponsoring their pages on Instagram.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
literally, like, I was scrolling through Instagram one time, and I was with a friend, and I'm scrolling through, and I saw the sponsored thing. And I see the woman is literally just, the woman is not in a bikini. The woman just like sitting on there taking selfies. And I'm wondering, so
What
I
is her
asked her,
business?
so I asked her, right, because she's a social media like guru or whatever. I asked her, you got to pay for these sponsored ads?
Yeah,
They use got to pay, or there's like a tranche or a section of it that is free. She's like, no, you got to pay for everything. So I was like, so you have no discernible business. It's not that you're selling the clothes that you're making. It's not that you're saying that you're a model or anything like that. Why are you posting yourself taking selfies on the couch while you're watching TV?
the validation, man. That dopamine. That
Crazy.
dopamine. And I'll tell you, right? There's an artist, Amarla Negra. I don't know if anybody's familiar with her. I'm not, but I just came I just came across the story, and she was lamenting the point that she didn't seem to get the kind of forward that she was looking for, and she wondered if she had to resort then to being more sexual, showing more skin, wearing less clothes. That's the thing she wondered if she had to do, as opposed to just relying on her talent and ability. So we've come to the point where it's very, very interesting. On the one hand, we have women saying, yes, I am a woman, hear me roar, I am more qualified, a more, okay, I see her saying something. I am more qualified, I am more informed, more educated than women have ever been in history, right? And they're saying to you, see my
Okay.
worth,
Okay.
right? See my worth. That's what women are saying on the one hand. And then on the other hand, there's some women that say, hey, I look good. Take me on for that. You know what I
And
mean? So
yeah,
then we got this tug of war. There's
yeah.
one artist that I follow, and I kind of like conduct social experiments. And I find it very interesting that if she is
I know
fully
you so
clothed,
well. I
if
know
she's
exactly
fully
who you're
clothed,
talking about. I know you so well. I know who this is. Go ahead.
if she's fully clothed, the pics get less likes than when she is, scantily clad. And I
Right.
find it informative, right? That particular artist is not exactly an idiot, you know what I mean? Got some sense, educated and everything. But I guess she's aware, hey, you look good. I get forward for looking good. So I showed I look good, you know what I mean?
Mm.
And that's where we are. I just find it a little, as you said, sad, a little concerning that that's where we are at, as Dion said earlier in 2021, where on the one hand, some women are saying, look at what we have achieved. We got a black female vice president, first time ever in history. Um, so that's a double. Oh, lost, I can't remember the term for them. Um, but black and female, so that's two in one.
Mm.
And then women empowered across the world like never before in the history of time. And then we got some women that are coming back to the basic instincts and saying, hey, I look good, fly me to Dubai. And that's a new thing now. Apparently, there's a guy who's actually making money from, for want of a better term, pimping up women to sheiks in Dubai. And these women are going and they're performing some very
Illicit
interesting
acts.
acts that involve animal transport that you'll find in Dubai, camels and stuff like that. And hey, if the acts were just, sexual, you won't mind, but some of the acts involve actual excretion.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my goodness gracious. Oh,
and
one on one thing there.
these girls are going down there. They're being paid very handsomely for it
Of
too,
course.
apart.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can
But,
imagine.
but here's the challenge. Apparently, they're being paid in cash. You can't transport that kind of cash through an airport. So,
It's
so
true.
then, the money kind of gets seized, and you say she's doing these acts for nothing.
Can you
You know,
imagine filling out a source of
source of
funds,
income.
a source of declaration of funds
This
for
form.
you got $20,000. How did you get this money?
I
Uh,
was defecated on by a camel. Signed. What? No, no.
what? Oh, that is hilarious. I reading some of the
Sadly
comments.
hilarious.
My
Sadly
girl
hilarious.
Carrie Ann, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you like the fit. Leave people things where you see them. Amen. Mama Ramel, there's a sponsored and then promoted. A sponsor is free, a promotion is paid. Interesting. Oh, well, you think that's how it goes? And then the guys reacting to something we spoke about earlier. I know what they're talking about, so we leave that there. I feel like I feel like I live on a different planet. Do you only feel like that every day? Anyhow,
And
yeah,
Dawn Marie seems speechless.
yeah, yeah. Just imagine the embarrassment of filling out a source of funds form, having spent a night earning $50,000 and being, yeah,
But here's the thing, Neil. Is it just worth the squeeze? Does the end justify the means at the end of the day? Because if you can take a trip, a 2 week trip, and come back home with $50,000.
what you had to do for that 50,000, bro?
But yeah,
Nobody ain't shit. I ain't saying that nobody would ever shit on me. Bring billions. I'd take a $20 billion for you to shit for me.
yeah, but
I ain't gonna like.
my mother, God bless her, my mother would say, if you can go to hell, do not go in a jackass car. Go in the biggest limousine, the fastest limousine you could find.
Yo, I love your mom, yo.
Right? Don't do these things as Natalia is saying, doing these things for thanks. That's all it is. Nah, if you will
Nah,
do these things, if you can sell your soul, make sure that it is well sold. Right?
it's true. It's true.
So
Don't half-ass selling your soul for sure.
yeah, pretty much. But I don't know if does the end justify the means. There was a lady again doing my research. Her husband, this is what we talking social media, right? Social media and relationships. Her husband was the athletic director at a Catholic school, right?
Mm.
He's at the Catholic school. She has two children at the Catholic school, the same Catholic school he's at, right? So you got two students and a teacher at the Catholic school. She now decides, hey, let me hold some OnlyFans, right? All right. But here's the thing, Neil. She is making 150,000 per month on OnlyFans. Now I don't want to know what she's doing in these videos, but she's making 150 large on OnlyFans.
And we here doing a podcast for free.
For free, Jack. For free.
Ramel, get me right. When I want OnlyFans, we can show what the game on.
We gotta launch our the Senate OnlyFans page, right? So 150.
Click the link in the bio. All right there, Mario.
So at this point, it's a Catholic school. So the Catholic, the board of the school, whatever, they says, hey, this ain't cool. You can gotta go take your two children with you because this stuff can't fly. But for me, I'm wondering, hey, 150 large, we can live on this, you know. Can we write this up?
As I like to say, $100 and somebody $1,000. You said a week or a month?
A month.
It don't matter. It don't matter. Because that could pay a bill or two, huh? That would help me out.
I'm saying,
sheesh.
So, is the juice ever worth the squeeze? As the young lady would have said to the original question, always remember there's going to be some backlash, right? She was getting her 150,000 and she was cool until hubby lost his job. I'm pretty sure she was making more than her husband too, but that's another story.
But no, that's $100,000 a month, boss. That's $1.2 million a year. No, sorry, yeah, $1.2 million a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she got the family covered, right? She got the family covered, but her hubby lost job. Children got put out of school, right? Had to relocate. So there was the fallout, there was the backlash, as that young lady would have mentioned. Are you prepared to deal with the backlash? And not only that, you might be prepared to deal with the backlash, but are you prepared with the backlash that your friends, family, and extended family may get? Are you able to reconcile that in your brain and you say, you know what? The ends justify the means. I going for it to hell with everybody else.
But let me add to that too, right?
Jack is asking if the principal was one of the fans.
More than lately. Well,
that's probably the only way they found out.
yeah, exactly. But I would say that I agree. I think that we are so quick to hit send without really thinking. We think, oh, I could take the backlash, or oh, my family could take the backlash. But we also have to consider that people are weird. People will take your content and do what they feel like doing. Yeah. Photoshop is an amazing thing. I use Photoshop in my work, and I can tell you straight and plain, it's scary the amount of things you can do with Photoshop. And I don't know a third of the things that you can do with Photoshop. So I would say you gotta be very careful as a person that does digital media and use various things like sound and non-linear editing programs. You gotta be so careful because it's not only pictures. People could take your video content and I could make somebody say what they want. I could edit together a video to make it look like what you want. And you have to wonder, as you say, if I put out this content and me shaking my ass in a silhouette, yeah, I look damn good, or yes, I want to feel good about myself or whatever. You don't necessarily want somebody some creep to take that and quite frankly do what they want with it, right? So you got to be kind of discerning. You got to kind of understand what it means when you hit send. And in a lot of on some of these social media sites, we don't read the terms and conditions, and people. Some of these sites that tell you we own the content.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You post it on our platform, you post it on our servers, it belongs to us. So you ain't got no leg to stand on when it comes to, I mean, granted, you may have a leg to stand on depending on the Internet Misuse Act and that act and stuff like that in your country, but by and large, you out to pasture if you want to litigate on certain things.